Well, hello there, friends. So today what we're doing is we're going to be duplicating a bottom seat cushion cover. So we're going to be making exactly what it had before, except for one thing. He doesn't want to put up with the cost of the leather. So we're just going to go ahead and make it all out of vinyl. You can see there, this is vinyl, comes in a roll. So we're going to go ahead and get that done for him. So let's get started. Let's start by taking this stuff apart. Let's try taking apart this bottom cushion cover. So what we have here is seat hook. It's called seat hook. Some people are calling it J clips. I don't know why. Whenever I order it from my upholstery supplier, I always order it as being seat hook. So that's what we're going to call it in this video. And then for the other experts out there, I'm using what I call a hook tool for my seat hook. Okay, everybody's telling me that, oh, it's a cotter pin remover. Okay, I guess it would be a cotter pin remover if you're a mechanic. Okay, but I'm not a mechanic. I'm an upholstery guy. Removing seat hook. And you can see here how I'm using it. Works very well for removing seat hook. So that's what we're going to do. So if you've seen some of my other videos, you'll see the first thing I do is I mark intersections. So this helps when I'm making patterns, and then when I go to sew everything back together again. One of my favorite sayings is no guessing. Everywhere there's an intersection is where I'm marking. That way it goes back to the same place. Next we take the box cutter. So the box cutter, as you can see here, I take a grinder and I grind it. That way it's not like a razor anymore, but it's a serrated edge which pops the threads. Comes in real handy. It's a lot easier to take this apart while it's still on the seat, because you don't need a third hand. So if I was to take this seat cover off the seat first and then try to take it apart, it's a lot more difficult because it's floating around all over the place. Where here, it's like a captive audience. It doesn't go anywhere. That means that it's actually assisting you in helping you take this apart. As you've seen in some of my other videos, where I don't take all the pieces completely apart, I leave some connected, so that way I have something to refer back to when it comes time to put something back together again. No guessing, right? We're going to start making some patterns. Now for technique number 132. What that technique is is when you're making your patterns, let me back up a little bit. So when I order materials for a project, I usually just order what I need for that project, so that way I can minimize my waste. So what I do to make sure I don't come up short is I will start making the patterns from my biggest pieces first. So let's take the largest pieces and start patterning those out. For the pieces that get foamed, I'm going to leave a little bit of a shoulder on the outside of that pattern because I need to sew on that line later with the foam. Another thing that makes things easier is technique number 272. So what that is after I make the pattern, what I do is I put an X on the piece so that way I don't make a duplicate. That way I know it's already been made. So I've made that mistake before where I've made duplicates and then end up putting it in the trash. So I need to cover my butt again because I know I'm going to get 100 comments. Somebody's going to say, well, the color doesn't match. But you know what? This is the color that the customer chose. You know, I give my customers the freedom to choose. You will take the color samples out to the vehicle and we'll go through them, and you know, I'll give my opinion, and then they'll say, well, I like this one. So okay, he liked this one, so he gets this one. All the insert pieces, or the center inserts, get a 1/2 inch scrim. So here you see the 1/2 inch scrim. The side pieces get 1/4 inch. So go ahead and start gluing these up. Ding, 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 ding. Time to wake up. I know that was sleepy boring for you guys. So anyway, this is technique number 43. So what technique number 43 is, remember how I make these marks on the outside when I start taking the seat apart? Well, what I do is also mark it on the inside. You see that? So that way I have a mark on the inside and the outside. When I go to sew it together, I could see it on both sides. Technique number 43. You saw it here first. There's our notch, so we're going to match up the notch right there where that intersection was. We're going to start there, we're going to work our way out this way, flip it over, and then sew the other side. Put the seat hook back on. Seat hook. So the last thing is to put on the Velcro. And then we're all done. I can't believe in the short time of this video I got the whole thing done. Yeah, right, huh? Okay, let's just install a seat cover now. For all you hog ring fans, last thing to do now is just give it some heat. Just mellow out these wrinkles. Well, that's not so bad. There's less wrinkles in that bottom cushion than there is on the backrest. There's a lot more wrinkles on the backrest. Of course, it's leather, huh? We cheated a little bit. So anyway, like I was saying,